Hey there, I'm Michael Bovee. I'm a debt settlement expert for a lot of years, dating back to 1999 when I first started full-time doing this kind of stuff. Today, we're going to talk about dealing with splash loans. So splash, I often call these places marketplace lenders. So they're technology companies. They're not really the money that actually behind giving you these loans and funding them. They're a conduit. They service the loans, they bring in lenders, and Splash is like many of these marketplace lenders. They are known a little bit more, though, for refinancing student loans, right? So that would be considered a private student loan. You might even take federal loans and refinance them with Splash. Those would know because they pay off the federal loans. Now you owe Splash, right? So a Splash student loan is not federal. And they also do regular personal loans. So when Splash isn't the money behind it, what you can do when you hit a financial patch where things are really, really tight and some things just aren't going to get paid, then, reach out to Splash just like you would a bank, any bank. Tell them what's going on and that, hey, is there anything that you guys have that can work with my situation because it's temporary? I just need a payment reprieve or a lower payment for a couple of months and then I'm back on track because my company will give me that shift back. They just had to drop everybody to 32 hours and then I'll be back at 40 plus in 2 months. Well, sometimes banks and these platform places, they have some kind of system for allowing that. They usually don't offer it very often, but they do offer them from time to time, and maybe you qualify. So talk to them because it's temporary and that's all you need. You don't need a lot more than that. But if your situation is such that it's, your inability to pay is going to last anything more than a couple of months, or you've already fallen late and the damage to your credit has already occurred, then I'm usually looking at, hey, what kind of intervention steps are going to be the most useful to you at this point, right? And that's usually ripping the Band-Aid off, not picking at the corners. So trying to take a failed loan for months and months that, hurt your credit as badly as it is and rehabilitating it to some kind of normal payment again, they love that and they want that. And you might want that too. By all means, be my guest. They're just not going to unring the damage to your credit. And so when I find people in that kind of situation, I'm usually looking to help them just hit the reset. Sometimes you get the easiest, fastest, cheapest reset from bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is not what some people want. Even if they qualify, they just aren't going to do it. You have to qualify for the version of bankruptcy that you would want, Chapter 7. And most people probably are better off resolving their debt differently than through a Chapter 13 because that's the most onerous and long-lasting debt relief that you typically can find. So settling starts to make sense. And Splash is something, again, depending on who is the banks. The banks that tend to be behind Splash are like First Federal, First Tech Credit Union. In fact, a lot of credit unions might participate because they're looking for these platforms just like Upgrader and Upstart. There's a few credit unions that fund those loans. Splash, same thing. So credit unions can sometimes be involved in these. Depending on the credit union, it could make it difficult to settle. Not all, because First Tech, that's fine. First Federal, that's okay. But there could be other ones involved behind your Splash loan. And I really need that detail in order to give you a realistic picture of what you're up against for settling with that particular Splash loan. But in general, some of the same principles apply to settling like they do with any bank. You have to be late, and not just by a little bit, usually by several months. And then you have moving parts about, well, you're paying your mortgage, your 2 car payments, your student loans, federal ones probably, and 5 credit cards. Those are all on time, just not this $25,000 Splash loan. You look collectible. Why would anybody negotiate in that situation? I mean, we can sometimes still get some crazy bang out deals, but in general, collectors pay attention to that stuff. And you may not be able to get the same discount that your neighbor with the same loan, but has other things that are falling apart around them, they look less collectible. So that comes into play, not just the bank that gave you the money in the background, right? These credit unions. But then it's about, well, do you have the money all at once? That's beneficial. I like it when you can fund in what we all call lump sum settlement, but it's not necessary. A lot of times you can get these settlements and get some time to pay. Why would you do that? rather than just wait to save up the money to do a lump sum. If the lump sum is better, not always, but often, it's because of risk. So waiting for 12 months or 18 months to come up with the money to pay Splash for a settlement or whatever collection third-party place they send it to, during that duration, they could place it with an attorney. And now your settlement's going to be way worse. You're going to have much longer time to settle or save up to settle because what could have been done for half is now getting done at 75%, right? You don't want that. So the idea is to sometimes you find yourself settling and taking terms because the alternative is more costly and more stressful. So, and you probably need your headspace to go to other things. If you're in a pinch financially, figure out that puzzle and then spend your time and energy on the things that matter more, right? Getting your life back on track financially. So suffice to say that there are ways to deal with Splash outside of bankruptcy and outside of a very short-term hardship plan. There's a number on the screen if you want to talk to me and just it's free call and go over just the way I view your situation. I don't just talk about Splash. I'm going to talk to you about the totality of all your other unsecured debts and see what makes sense for you. Maybe some of your accounts can do this and it frees up cash to deal with Splash and you don't need to do anything different with Splash. Or maybe you need to do something different and rip the Band-Aid off, not just on Splash, but a bunch of things, right? And then how do you prioritize those things based on those places' behaviors? So you're more than welcome to reach out to have that discussion. The number on the screen, I'm extension 2. And then there's a link in the description of the video for consultations. It'll bring up just some things you'll fill in the blank and bring up my calendar, pick a time, and I call you. And we'll review all of those things, and I will see you on the next video.